Hey there, it's Sarah, author, speaker, and advocate, and today I want to talk a little bit about acceptance and commitment therapy, which is commonly referred to as ACT therapy. This is a form of psychotherapy that is very action-oriented and employs mindfulness techniques for healing. It stems from the traditional cognitive behavioral therapy, but the two are not exactly the same, and therefore these terms are not interchangeable. So the theory behind ACT is that it's counterproductive to our own internal contentment and our journey towards healing to try to control painful emotions or psychological experiences, because ultimately when we try to suppress these feelings, however negative they are, this will lead to more anxiety and distress. So ACT suggests that instead we change the way in which we think and behave by focusing on mindful behavior and our own personal values so that we can make a commitment to ourselves to take action and move forward. So the principle is that by acknowledging that traumatic experiences happened or that we're living with difficult circumstances and accepting that this is a reality of our lives, we can then make a commitment to ourselves to change the way that we're coping with these issues so that we can change our thoughts to those that are more positive and commit to a more positive future. ACT has been used not only to help those struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder, but it also can be used in a variety of other circumstances that may present throughout our lives. So it has been used to cope with workplace stress, test anxiety, social anxiety, depression, sleep deprivation, insomnia, and different things that are commonly encountered throughout life. It has also been used to treat physical ailments and the mental effects of having to deal with such ailments. So particularly chronic pain and those that suffer with diabetes can use ACT therapy to kind of cope with some of the symptoms. So basically, how does it work? What we do is we employ mindfulness techniques. So we put ourselves into our present state without worrying too much about the future or focusing on the past, just really understanding where we're at in this present moment and use mindfulness techniques to get there. Once we're there, we can acknowledge what has happened to us and how far we've come and how we feel about what's happened to us now. If we're still in the situation, this is obviously much easier to access, particularly if for those that are struggling with PTSD, sometimes we suppress negativity. So the goal is to summon these difficult emotions, okay, and to not suppress them. And once we've been able to summon these, then we can say, okay, this is the way it is, this is how I feel about it, and this is what I'm going to do moving forward. These are the action steps I'm going to take to make a commitment to myself to change and live a more positive life. So once we understand where we sit with the traumatic experiences of life or the difficult circumstances we're in, we can say, okay, this is the way it is, and this is what I'm going to do moving forward. We can act on this, right? So practice using acceptance and commitment therapy anytime you feel extreme anxiousness, depression, emotional swings, or stress, and see if employing these mindfulness techniques and making a commitment to yourself helps move you forward into a state of feeling as if you're healed more fully. So best of luck to you. Thank you.